Hello. So I'm off to base camp now for 3 days because it's only base camp reunion. It's not a full week on base camp. And Kiana and I, we said, hey, let's treat this as a mini vacation before the crazy September with the Guitar Summit coming up, which is a big new guitar show in Germany. And of course, GuitCon! Okay, it's tough to be excited when you have so much work. So, and I thought, hey, we take one camera, the one that Leslie is holding right now, and we'll just film, hey, this is Phil X and here's Devin Townsend, and that's it. And we do a kind of relaxed time. But then I thought, what if I do one of the 3 rooms that we're gonna have at GuitCon with live switching equipment and cameras and lights and everything, and I actually already equip it, film videos in there, in the same environment that GuitCon's gonna be in, because then I know, do the rooms need to be deaded, does the mic configuration work, does the laptop, audio interface, switcher, networking work, and lighting, did I say lighting? You know, all that. So then I know what I still need, because I gotta get it then. You know, Amazon's my best friend. So let me show you what I'm taking for one room setup, GuitCon. Okay? So, yeah, follow me. So it starts, of course, with the laptop, and I got that here, that's still charging, and the mouse, and that's it. That's relatively straightforward. So the main thing, oh shit, that's heavy. That I need, is this the top? We're gonna go with, that's the top. This rack, right here, look at this. Thanks to Universal Audio, we got 3 Apollo 8s for GuitCon, which is amazing. I think they sent brand new ones, which is awesome. And so, this is not in the rack. We have these Blackmagic Design, no thanks to Blackmagic Design who never returned my calls, the fuckers. So we bought these Blackmagic Design switches, which will have 4 HDMI inputs. If we need more cameras in there, we can go SDI, but that means we have to have converters and stuff. So the HD rooms will have 4 cameras each. The 4K room will have my full setup, which is still, as you can see over here, I have these Blackmagic cameras and this, and this, and then the one over there. And then a few more. So the 4K room will have 6 or 7 cameras, all of them SDI. But the HD rooms, I'm thinking 4 cameras for YouTube video should be enough. So this is wired up with networking and everything, so it can be controlled from a laptop. You could control it here, but you have way more control over the laptop. And that signal, that video signal, it's getting audio from here, but of course the Apollo is going into the computer to record into PreSonus Studio One. Thank you, PreSonus, for hooking us up with that. And then we'll put some plugins on the audio and on the vocal and make it really nice. And that is all recorded into this HyperDeck Mini, which has SD cards and record up to 4K without a problem. That's what we're using for my videos here. This is a very, very nice high-end recorder with SDI inputs. So that is the small setup for now. At GuitCon, this rack will grow probably to about 8 spaces because we're gonna have 2 Torpedo Studios in it. Let me show you that thing. I'm not taking that now. That's this. So 2 nodes is giving us 2 Torpedo Studios per room, and that's 4 spaces by itself, and then we have 2 there. And we'll also have an AMPETE switcher in every room, but not this one. We're gonna have the 444. This one can switch speakers and amps. The 444 can also switch pedal boards in the loops of the amps to another amp, which is crazy. And 4 is enough. So AMPETE is building 3 switches for GuitCon right now, the AMPETE 444. And that's also possibly going to be in the rack. I don't quite know how we're going to wire it yet. We'll see. So I'll need 8 space racks for each room. So even though the setup looks completely freaking insane, it's still the small setup. The stuff we do for you guys. So, this is way heavier than I thought. So, we have a case here with little screens, batteries, battery chargers, microphones, a pedal for a guy that I promised it to, power supplies for different cameras, Nikon thing. I am, you know, more lights, everything we need. That's my miscellaneous case, and it's closed. But the miscellaneous case has long been outgrown, so I needed a lot more cases. Then we have, well, let's go here. Let's talk Triad Orbit for a second. Without Triad Orbit, I can't work here. Everything you see here is on these wall mounts, which look like this. I just got 3 more. And these are ultra heavy duty metal plates with rubber back that you can screw in the ceiling. And, yeah, the ceiling and above your couch. And pretty much, well, next to the dog bed. So pretty much anywhere you want. And that will enable you to put a camera, a light, or a microphone anywhere you want. So that's pretty much what's happening. And if you see my desk back here, that's a dog. The lights that you see, which I have new soft boxes for the lights. No more blinding my eyes, and much better, you know, seeing this. They're hanging on wall plates. There's some empty wall plates right now. There's a camera on a wall plate. I have one here for a light. I have one here on the table. I've got one here on the table, and here I have this contraption with a Triad Orbit Vector, which usually holds my screens. And this holds my Blackmagic camera right here on an OA. I bought these stickers, so nothing, you know, everyone knows it's my shit. Then here I have a wall plate with an Orbit arm, the mini arm on it, so that I can actually move this camera because it's a prime lens without zoom, so I can do manual zoom. So anyway, Triad Orbit stuff for me in my studio is of very high importance. So for me it was very, 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 very clear that I would absolutely not be able to do GuitCon with 3 video rooms with standard tripods. These rooms are relatively small, so how are we gonna do 4 cameras in a room? We're gonna trip over them. No way. I need the best stand systems on the frickin' planet. So Triad Orbit is sending us 3 mega systems, which means the T3C, the big stand with the wheels, and a big Y thing. Where's my Triad Orbit case? I gotta get there, that's downstairs. Wait! Actually, so they're sending, you know, a big stand with this on top, so we can put a camera in the middle here with a clamp and lights and all this. But it wasn't enough, so I bought a shit ton more Triad Orbit stuff, which means vectors, which means clamps, which means lighting attachments, M2s, the little swivel heads, which again, you could put a camera on here or detach that, if you could, and put a microphone on here. Like this thing is my mic holder. See, this thing goes on here, and I can swivel my mic any way I want. Also at GuitCon will be these puppies. No, they're not big black dildos. In the main rooms we'll have, that's a horrible sound, the Rode NTG3, which is what Mick and Dan use on that pedal show, which is what I use for my voice. It's a great shotgun mic. We'll also have a whole bunch of the Rode on-camera mics, like you're hearing right now. What you're hearing right now is the Rode Video Mic Pro. And we're gonna have that. We're gonna have the new Pro Plus. I'm not really using that right now because I wanted to show it to you. So Rode is sending a whole assortment of mics for GuitCon, which is gonna be awesome. So that's one of my Triad Orbit cases, only the one I'm taking now. There's a lot more stuff that we have and that when I go there I have to take. So that's only Triad Orbit case number 1. So back here I have a couple more stands which I'm leaving here because I don't need to take them right now. I'm only doing one room. But what I do need to take, I bought this case and it immediately broke, so I'm using it till I have a replacement. What I am taking is the big, I can't see that, the big T3C with casters, the mega stand. I got a T2, the smaller one, and I have, these are T1s. And then I really like, because it's totally enough for camera work, these T-minis. Heavy as shit, even though I have a feeling that they got lighter, the new ones. But if I put a camera on here, nothing's gonna happen. And you can of course put extension rods on it. I just got this new TES, which is a super long rod. I just got a new super long rod. Leslie, no you should see her face. Not even the tiniest smirk. Hey X, I got a new super long rod. He's looking at me exactly like her. This is weird. You and your mommy. But you can see with this, I have a full height stand. I might want to put a sack on that. With a heavy, well, with a light, that's fine. With an expensive camera, that's probably not the right setup. So yeah, that is going to be what we're using at GuitCon. But of course, we'll have tons of clamps. Every YouTuber will have a clamp and a swivel mount. It's going to be super awesome. So yeah, yeah, we're not even started yet. This is my brand new Karma from GoPro, which means I'll have, I'm sweating, a drone, a GoPro Hero 5, I have a handheld gimbal for moving shots. I don't think I'm gonna use, I don't know, might use it in the next 3 days, but definitely at GuitCon this is gonna be a very nice asset for all of us to have if we're moving around, and of course to get some cool aerial shots. And I figured, and right now without everything in here, I can actually still fit that into this hard case. So, well, when it wasn't really loaded up, something happened with this. Brand new, 200 and something bucks, and it freaking broke. So a new one's on the way. And it's almost not possible to move this. Now, when everything is in there, it's a bitch. We're gonna probably have to load that up in the car. Here, that's my new B&W case. I love these things. They are way more expensive than the big black ones, but a little bit nicer quality. And I got this to get all my Sennheiser wireless gear stashed away neatly. And I always had it in these little pouches, and that's just not happening. This is my DPA clip-on, which is very nice, but I have the Sennheiser. There's one. There should be a second one. Where's the second? Ah, it's I know where it is. I have this handheld. Wait, is it in here? I just gotta check because I'm a little bit paranoid about stuff. Yes, this is where the second one is. And this is a neat system because you have sender in these receivers. So you don't need the rack-mounted receiver with the power supply. You can actually put this right on your camera. Doesn't even need a phantom power, and works 90% of the time, 95% of the time. You could even plug this into the receiver and go straight into your camera, even if it doesn't have XLR, which is extremely nice. The camera that Leslie's holding right now is Sony AX53. You could actually use that system. So we're taking that because why not? Laptop bag with all the goodies and more of my glasses in it because you know you need that. Where are my sunglasses? Here are my sunglasses. And so moving on. Camera case, batteries, chargers, Sony Alpha 6300 with a very nice lens, mic, and that's my Canon XC15 4K capable. Really neat camera. 10 Technically I don't need those, because I'm gonna go HD and I want to check the room HD with the cameras that we're actually gonna be using at GuitCon. This is more for backup. Just like this recorder here, that's a Roland R26. The Tascam in my first year of Basecamp really disappointed me. This has never let me down. So, case closed. Get it, case closed. Okay. This is luckily not too heavy. This is my brand new that I just made, a video assist case. These screens are very expensive. They are Blackmagic Video Assist 4Ks. But the great thing about them is they have SDI in and out and HDMI in and out, and they can work as converters from HDMI to SDI. So if a camera, you don't know what I'm talking about, right? So if a camera doesn't have an SDI out, I can run through this screen, which is probably more expensive than the camera, and get an SDI out. It also has XLR in, even though I'm still looking for the adapters. And it's also a recorder, which is why it's great. So it records onto SD cards and you can swap them back and forth and continuously record in 4K uncompressed Apple ProRes. And it can run on Canon batteries. So I can pop these Canon batteries in there and it runs on them. It sucks them dry relatively quick, but these things are absolutely lifesavers when you're troubleshooting, when you're filming. It's just, they're really great. So that's my case, and we need to label it. Because I bought a lot of new cases. So here, that's my light case. So what you're seeing on the wall back there, they are these Yongnuo YN600L. That's what I use for my lights, well, in addition to many others. But I have 3 on the wall here, fully wired up, and I don't really want to take them off the wall when I'm traveling. So I have a full set of 3 extra with batteries, because they take the Sony batteries, and with the power supplies. And now I also have 3 of the soft boxes for them, because we want, you know, a nice soft light at GuitCon. So I'm really curious to see how the soft boxes work in the studio, but we're gonna test it out at GuitCon first. So I got 3 soft boxes for these as well. And I'm hoping that 3 of these lights are enough for the room. If not, I got backup. I got another light here, the 600 LEDs, and I also have my 12,000 lumen Dur light, which is usually in the back there. That's roughly like this. Show it up there, which is probably, yeah. It's that light, just a lot brighter. This thing I use to give the whole room an up in brightness. So I'm taking that as well as a backup. What else do we have? We have power strips like crazy. We have Triad Orbit cable control, which is killer to control your cables. And Leslie labeled everything with HP42. We have also these things that I really like, the Chicken Picks little Velcro strips. Chicken Picks was nice enough to send me a whole bunch. I love these things. We of course have cable ties and whatever we need. We have the new captor from 2 Notes, which just in case in those 3 days, which rhymes, I want to record a an amp, which I highly doubt is gonna probably be interviews and being silly with people. But I have it in case I need it. So for now, that can replace the Torpedo, no, not replace, but it can be a Torpedo kind of solution with load box and speaker simulation. We'll also have that at GuitCon for people that want to run around and do stuff freely, independent of the rooms. We have, of course, I don't know, dB meter, SDI cables, a billion HDMI cables. This whole thing is full with HDMI cables and XLR cables, and I don't know, more cables. And here's the XLR box for the XC15, which I don't think I'll need, but I'll take anyway. So I just took my whole thing, and this is the thing that we're gonna use in the music hall for GuitCon, which we might test here, so that every YouTuber can hand over their card when they walk in every night for the live stream and jam on stage we load it up with 25 cards and it records everything we do on stage onto 25 cards. So every YouTuber will have that whole night recorded and do with as they please. So we bought this, Warwick bought this duplicator 4K. This thing is not cheap, but we're gonna test that out and see how she flies. So I'm taking that back there. I think we almost got it. We have one more case here. Again, this is not everything I'm taking to GuitCon. This is what I'm taking now. These are the HD cameras. We got a Sony PJ650. Did a lot of good work for me. This thing is killer. I wish I had more of these. That's the the CX900. And they make this in 4K now. I wish I had the 4K version because that is a great camera. That's probably going to be used as our main cam for the next couple of days, just to test. And these two inexpensive Panasonics. Not the greatest picture, but they have a clean HDMI out. Yeah, I know, I know. And I could use these for, I don't know, on the guitars or whatever. We'll try, we'll see to get the best results. It's all gonna be a test for just a couple days to know that when we're going to GuitCon in 2 weeks, we have everything we need. Do we have the right lighting? Do we have the right mics? Is the audio gonna work? I'm taking rugs. I bought rugs at IKEA to make sure that I can get the rooms quiet. I bought more of these. X seems to like it very much, but this is a nice fluffy rug, so if I put that down in the rooms, probably 2 of them, I should have the room quieter. Also, I'm taking Molton, which is a very thick kind of fabric, to put a second ceiling into the rooms to reduce the amount of reverberation. Anything I forgot? How I get this in the car? I don't know. And that is... so this is the small setup. That's 6 cases right now. I have 6 more of these. Leslie, when I'm going to GuitCon, can I get your car, please?
If you pay.
If I pay. How much is renting your car for a week and a half?
I'll think about it.
You'll think, oh, thank you. So we gotta get 12 of these in the car, and all this, and probably some more stuff, and me and Kiana, and clothing. I don't know how that's gonna work. And today it's very, very, very warm. So, thanks for watching this informative GuitCon preparation video. To all my fellow YouTubers, I can't freaking wait to see you guys and hang out with you. Now, you arrive at the airport, you don't have to deal with any of this shit, which is why I hate your freaking guts. But I also love you for coming in. It's gonna be so much fun. If you guys have any comments of what you still need, we're gonna have more recorders and more stuff. I'm bringing a Zoom F8. But if you of course bring out your stuff, okay? So we have more cameras and to geek out with than ever before. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to hang out with you. Thanks to Warwick and Framers for making this all happen. Thanks to all the companies that help us in the rooms, which is Triad Orbit and Universal Audio and Rode and Two Notes and AMPETE. And there's more that I can't think of. Did I say Presonus? I think I said Presonus because the software. And obviously thanks to all the companies that will join us. And I don't want to list them because I'm going to forget one and then I'm going to get shit for it. So it's going to be, as that guy on that show says, legend, you know.